Right, welcome back to the channel everyone. What a load of bull. Episode 54 in the grand scheme of things. Part 10, part 9, part 11 of the manual swap. I don't know, I know I've got a video to edit and upload already. I'm on the final week now. So today what I'm going to be doing is finishing off the gearbox wiring. Got some connectors over the weekend and bits and bobs for that, along with a bit of breather pipe as well. So that is going to be the main aim for today. So I've also got a couple new switches, a new reverse switch, a new neutral switch. So partly going to be extending the wiring for those, putting different connectors on, and then the other issue we need to do is get the old switches out. So I'm hoping with a stubby spanner I'll be able to reach and get them out. If not, I might have to fashion up some kind of cut 19mm socket in order to get them out, a bit like a lambda socket but for 19mm. So I'm going to make a start. I think I've only got about 15 minutes before I need to get back after lunch, but yeah, we'll make a start and see how we go. Okay, so space is awkward in there, as you can probably imagine. I did manage to get the front one out, which is the reverse switch, which is round about here, using one of these, which is pretty nifty. I don't have any of these in my normal set, so I'm not used to using them, but it was the perfect tool. Unfortunately, the neutral one I can't quite get on. I've got a socket on there at the moment, but I can't get a ratchet on that, so I think later on I am going to have to drop this down a little bit just to get into that. So that's going to be my job this evening, and then obviously make all the connections for the electrics. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock, time to start the evening shift. As you can see, I left in a 19mm socket there. I'm going to have another go. I'm going to cut the wires because we're replacing them anyway, and we're replacing the whole switch. And then I'm going to try with a breaker bar to get in there. As you can see, space is really, really tight. And I'd rather not drop this, but I think I might have to. So I'm going to spend 5 to 10 minutes faffing around trying to get it out how it is, and if I can't do that, then I'll lower the car, disconnect the gear shifter, lift the car, lower this a bit, and then I should have a little bit more room. The room will help, but if I can avoid it, I will, because the carpet's in now, so I don't have the access to the other end of these dangly studs. So if I can avoid dropping the gearbox a little bit, I would much rather do that. So wish me luck, we'll see how we get on. And just like that, it was out. Sometimes I think if I was a bit cleverer, I could be a good surgeon. I used 19, and then I actually managed to wedge this in enough to crack it. I over loosened it and got it stuck, tightened it back in again, got this out, and then I did it by hand. So what I'm going to do now is replace the breather pipe, because these were a little bit in the way of that. I'm going to use a combination of hose from the old box, a little bit of new stuff, and if you remember, we're trying to get these a little bit further over, probably mounting off of this one here, and I'm going to replace this metalwork with the one which is on the dipstick from the old box, because that's got 3 vents on it, whereas this one's only got the 2. Probably could have made another one, but it's easier just to cut the other one and use that. So that's what I'm going to do, and hopefully we'll be able to mount it somewhere around here, high enough that it's not going to get hit by the prop. So yeah, cool. Let's get this breather in. So already running into our first issues. Apparently this is a 5mm ID. That looks more like a 4 to me, and it won't go on there easy enough. So what I'm going to do, put this one in the end, shimmy down the see-through stuff and join it onto there. We'll gain that much length on the see-through stuff. And then if we need to, we can use that one and cut it to make up for the other one, which should then all work. It's very rare that any fluid is actually going to travel down here. It is a vent, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, the clear stuff, all the discoloured orange stuff, just isn't long enough. So we'll pop this on the end. It's got a nice kink built into it anyway to get over the attester system, and then we can extend it from there. Boom, that's all in. Did take a bit of trimming, and I did drill a little 6mm hole through the casing in the box on a little rib. I've got a nylock on the back of that, but that's in there. So just gonna pop outside. Did have to do lots of cutting and grinding and drilling and stuff. So just gonna get some fresh air and then come back and terminate these reverse and neutral switches. Fuck yeah, we are all done. So obviously did the breather line, the switch at the back I needed to extend a little bit. You can see the red wire there, and then got it all tucked up away. I alternated it. I put the neutral switch, which has 12 volts. I gave it a female socket on this way and a male one on that way. So male with spades, socket with a receiver. And then for the reverse switch, I did it the other way round, so that should this ever have to come out, there's no confusion between which is for which. Taped them up. It's pretty ghetto. They're wrapped in tester tape. It's all zip tied up there. It's nice and out of the way. My breather pipe bracket is nice and sturdy, so that is another win, which I'm really, really pleased about. So really, all we've got to do is fit that drive shaft. So I'm going to have a tidy up now. First thing in the morning, I'm going to weigh the car. This time tomorrow, I would like to be driving around the car park and testing it. So how exciting is that? Have a good evening, guys. I will see you in the morning. Right, morning all. It's Wednesday, 7:30. I did run it last night after I closed the video. It did run a bit rough. I'm going to plug in the laptop in a bit, but I did want to just weigh it. We are missing the front prop obviously, but other than that, I think we're about there. I've got my race day tools in there as well because I had them when I weighed it the first time. So just going to drop it down and then we'll come back and see how much it actually weighs now. Okay, so we're down about 30 kilos, so that's something. It's better than nothing. I did hope it to be a little bit more nearer the hundreds, but yeah, I'll take that. Happy days. Right, I'm going to carefully get this back on the hoist and get these scales out, do some pre-flight checks, check the oil, get the laptop plugged in, and we'll do a little bit of tuning this morning. So all running pretty well, done a little bit of idle tuning. Feeling pretty good. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here. It's 10 to 8. I've got until 8:30. I need to be in the office. So I'm just going to sit here and rev it for a bit and play with the clutch. I'm terrified about driving it home. I'm jinxed by clutch slave cylinders, so I'm just a bit worried that something's going to go wrong with that. So I'm going to sit here and keep pumping the clutch and try and stress it out now. Sounding a lot better. It's revving really nice now, so I'm happy. Taking a tiny bit of fuel out when we're in the 20 degrees intake. You can see normal driving we tend to be in the 30s, but I've noticed I'm always a little bit rich in the 20. We don't hang about in 10 very long, so I'm going to keep that at 100. This is a correction, so I'm taking out 3% of whatever the VE table is doing when our IAT is at 20 degrees. And you'll notice up here I crank it up. This is when we get heat soak, and then you might have problems starting, so you need a little bit of extra fuel in that one as well. So that's in the IAT correction. We've got our target idle over here, so I like to start at 1200, 900, then when we're up to temp, so we come to 800, and then we've got our idle ref table here, which is where we tune that. So you can see we're dancing around the 800 mark. That's pretty good. I could take out 1% here and just see how that behaves. Get us a little bit nearer to that 800 mark. There we go. And now that I've gone manual, I will be looking to drop the idle down to about 650 because that's what it is stock. So you can see we're a little bit nearer when we're dancing around that that target RPM of 800 now. So whenever you make a change in ECU master, you need to come up here and click this one. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here for a bit. I'm a little bit concerned I've got the all-wheel drive light on, so I have to do a little bit of research and see what's causing that. It might be that we need to bleed it a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so relatively happy but slightly concerned. Just going through the gears. First seems fine. Second seems fine. Third seems quite noisy, as does fourth. Oh. And fifth in particular sounds horrible. So I'm going to get it back up in the air and just check that there's enough fluid in the gearbox. We did fill it up obviously. Something there just doesn't sound right. Cool, okay, so we've got the lift testers in today, so I need to get it off the ramp a little bit earlier than planned. Have just put some more fluid in there, still making a little bit of noise, but we need to move it right now. So this is going to be the first drive. You can all be here to watch me stall it, because no doubt that's going to happen. I am actually on a closed course. We are cruising around the college campus. Got a few noises. So far the clutch is behaving though. That's kind of, I'm just paranoid about slave cylinders. I got bad luck with them. Oops, sorry. But that seems to be holding up fine. Little bit of a chirp. So I'm in first now. Different tone in second. So yeah, I'm just going to potter around and just do some laps really. Got lift in tomorrow, and then the same friend's going to follow me home as well. So big up Stewie. Okay guys, sorry, it's actually a couple weeks on, so I drove the car home okay. It's been sat there for a little while, and today we're off to get it welded, so I figured I hadn't actually closed the other video. So this is the end of WALOB 54, I think. The next video, we're off to my mate's house, so I'm not going to be filming so much. I'm going to take lots of photos, and then I think I'll do a bit of a montage and narrate over it. So thanks for watching. Thank you for all the support, everyone. We are driving in the car right now. It's really good. I'm trying not to get carried away with myself. We did go for some rips last night. I've also done a little bit of tuning from one of my friends in Canada, Vitali, so thank you for that. Just to crispen up the throttle pedal. So yeah, it's driving really good. We're off to do some welding and fabricating and all of that kind of jazz. So yeah, if you haven't done already, please subscribe, give the video a like.